Hello, my friend, and welcome back or welcome to Something for Everybody. This is a solo episode of the podcast where I'm discussing confidence. But more specifically, this is a masterclass on building anti-fragile confidence. So the word confidence comes from the Latin root con plus fidere and means with intense trust. To have intense trust in what? In yourself. That is true confidence, having total trust in yourself, knowing you can handle whatever life throws at you. Helping you create that kind of indestructible trust in yourself is what this episode is all about. The goal is to build anti-fragile confidence. We want to go from fragile to robust to anti-fragile because confidence is the belief that you have what it takes to overcome any challenge that comes your way. Arrogance, on the other hand, is the belief that you're so wonderful, nothing will be a challenge for you. We've talked about this before on this podcast, but arrogant people get exposed quickly and they back down in the face of adversity. Confident people step up in the face of adversity because they know they can. Do you see the difference? The arrogant person thinks they don't need to work hard anymore. They've made it. They're exonerated from any future challenges. They're exonerated from the work. We must know that this person is weak, not strong. The truly confident person knows that they will never be exonerated from pain, uncertainty, and hard work. We have to have the humility to know that today is the day to get better, so we have the strength for two. That's real, true confidence. So ask yourself this question. Am I giving my best? Am I becoming the best that I can be? Because then we move into this idea of self-efficacy, also known as the science of confidence. Self-efficacy, a belief that you can achieve what you set out to achieve. It is, to put in technical terms, very important, very, very important. And there are four primary ways that we can build our self-efficacy. One, mastery experience. In other words, past success. Small and big wins from the past are great ways to boost your current confidence. Create those wins, feast on them as you build your self-image and that credibility that you are who you say you are as someone who succeeds, and bring those past mastery experiences to mind when you're facing your current challenges. And you can create a confidence resume through thinking about your top 10 list, right? Your best accomplishments. That's starting to build that credibility and boosting that confidence through that top 10 list. You can also create a best self diary, right? Describe the future you in 5 years. What do? Think. How do you feel? Speak. Move. How do you experience life? Write that down in your best self diary along with your strengths. And this compiles your confidence resume. And then we want to remember that it's identity, action, feelings. So from this identity, you take action and action and action, and you will feel accordingly because you're creating that identity through that best self diary, describing the future you in 5 years. Through that identity, you're creating your actions, and through those actions, you're creating the feelings. So from that identity, you take action, and you will feel accordingly. Identity, action, feelings. Then number two, we have vicarious learning. In other words, seeing someone else achieve the success you would like to achieve. Very basic idea here. If they can do it, you can do it. Know that. If they can do it, you can do it. Know that. Obviously, there's some other extenuating circumstances, maybe natural born gifts, genetics, things of that nature, but do not get envious of their success. Celebrate it and say, if they can do it, I can do it. What skills do they have that you can develop naturally on your own that are trainable, learnable, and confidence is one of those psychological skills that you can train, learn, and develop and have just as good as confidence as the most confident people or the most anti-fragile people on the planet. And number three, we have social persuasion. In other words, someone tells you that you can achieve success, like a coach or a supportive parent or friend or me telling you right now that you can achieve success, that you are capable of much more than you give yourself credit for. You can also persuade yourself through positive self-talk. And we know that self-talk is the foundation. Self-talk is the foundation for great, strong, real anti-fragile confidence, which we're going to talk about throughout this episode. Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. Number 4, we have physiology. In other words, if you want to succeed, act like a successful person. Walk, talk, breathe, and carry yourself as if you've already achieved that which you aspire to achieve. Strike a power pose and go rock it. This is about owning the things you have control over: your body language, your breath, and your self-talk. You walk, you stand tall, big, and powerful, like a superhero, like Superman. You control your breathing. You use it as your best friend. You're intentional and optimal with the way you breathe. And you master your self-talk. You challenge those negative thoughts. You reframe them into something more credible and positive and uplifting. You dominate your physiology. Because if you want to be successful, act like a successful person. Excuse me. Because with that, you may not always feel confident, but you can always behave confidently. So what are those actions that we can consistently do, right? Because we know that it's identity, actions, feelings, because feelings follow behaviors. So if you want to feel more confident, you have to act and behave more confidently through your body language, your breath, and your self-talk. And so we have the Big Four of Self-Efficacy: mastery experience, vicarious learning, social persuasion, and physiology. Then through understanding self-efficacy, we have 5 important questions we want to ask ourselves to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our own self-efficacy. 1, what's a past success we can celebrate? 2, what has, who has achieved something you'd like to achieve? Celebrate them. If they can do it, you can do it. 3, who supported you and what supportive words did they share? 4, when you're at your best, how do you walk, talk, breathe, and hold yourself? Now a good time for that, right? And then 3 questions sort of compiled into one is start, stop, continue. What should you start doing? What should you stop doing? And what should you continue doing? Remember, the fastest way to improve your life is to stop doing the things that make you feel like shit. So start there with stopping something, then move on to starting something that you know is good for you, and then celebrate. Positively reinforce that thing that you know you're doing that's good for you by continue doing it. Start, stop, continue. So those are 5 important questions we want to ask ourselves, again, to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our self-efficacy. Because Brad Stevens said, you build confidence through doing really hard things over and over because that's your focus. You know that's what you're supposed to do. You do it physically, you do it tough. The game honors that. It means resilience. It means hard work. Confidence is never about being perfect. It's the feeling that you are capable and going for it. That's confidence. It's having the courage to try, to learn, and to grow from every experience. It's ohms, it's obstacles make me stronger. That's the mentality. The confident, anti-fragile person says obstacles make me stronger. That's the mentality. We know the difference between confidence and arrogance. And if we want to build a real anti-fragile confidence, this is the way. This is the path, using these ideas, tools, and resources I'm expressing to you right now. Because you aren't born with confidence. You build it. It's through your actions, thoughts, and beliefs that you start to not just feel more confident, but again, behave more confidently and behave more confident on a consistent basis, because we know that feelings follow behaviors. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth through challenges. We know that through the challenges, through the obstacles, through the setbacks, we start to become more anti-fragile because we have that credible evidence that we can overcome them, that obstacles do make us stronger, that we can always, always, always get back up. So then we have 6 ways to build your confidence. Number 1 is competence. Acquiring skills and expertise in a particular area provides a solid foundation and belief in your abilities. It leads you to feel capable and sure of yourself. As you become more skilled and knowledgeable, you naturally believe in your abilities. By improving with a growth mindset, you create a deep-rooted confidence in your abilities and you feel more capable. So one, being competent. Of course, the more competent you feel, the more confident you feel. Try saying that 4 or 5 times fast. Number two is preparation. Preparation is huge when it comes to our confidence. Preparation gives you a sense of readiness, ownership, and control. Thorough preparation grants you ownership over your endeavors and control over your outcomes like not total control of your outcomes, obviously, but it influences your outcomes in the best way possible if you are more prepared. See, like Derek Jeter and Tom Brady, how prepared those guys were for the biggest moments of their career, which meant they were going to be more successful and had better control over the outcomes when they were the most prepared possible, right? We don't have full control over the outcomes, but we can be as prepared as possible, which creates more confidence, which allows us to play better, more consistently. It means that you've done the work. That's what preparation means, and dove into the details. The confidence derived from being well prepared allows you to approach challenges with a calm assurance that you've done everything in your power to succeed. 3, doing tough things. Talked about this a little bit before. As you successfully overcome challenges and push beyond your comfort zone, you build resilience and self-belief. Stepping outside your comfort zone and facing challenges serve as a testament to that. Each time you face adversity head on and bounce back, not only bounce back, but bounce forward, you build your confidence. You build that self-efficacy. You build that belief that obstacles make you stronger. You also build resilience and that track record of wins that can go into your confidence resume, into your top 10 list, into those mastery experiences to allow you to expand your window of tolerance, to allow you to expand what you think you're truly capable of. And that goes into number 4, which is facing your fears. Facing your fears gives you courage, self-assurance, and liberation. Gaining the courage to confront your fears is transformative. It's transformative. It not only liberates you from self-doubt, but also empowers you to take on challenges without hesitation. This mindset makes ready to embrace new opportunities with unwavering confidence. Because yes, new things are going to happen. Uncertainty is going to happen. So this sort of mindset of facing your fears, anti-fragile confidence, OMS, obstacles make me stronger, allows you to, ready to embrace these challenges, are ready to embrace this uncertainty, this uncomfortability. And no matter what happens, you're stepping forward into growth with this unwavering anti-fragile confidence that you've built. Because fear is always going to be there. Fear is always going to be there. But what happens as we step forward into growth, we're not going to get less scared, but we're going to get more brave. And we're building up those brave muscles and that courage to do hard things on a consistent basis. Even though we feel that fear in our gut, in our stomach, we're saying, I'm stepping forward into growth anyways, because I know this is what is best for me, my life, and building this anti-fragile confidence to blossom and become the best version of me in greatest service to the world. And then we have number 5, security and safety. Right? You have to give yourself a place that makes you feel safe, comfortable, and where you belong. Creating a safe and nurturing environment for yourself is like tending to your own garden of confidence. When you feel secure and comfortable in your surroundings, you are more willing to take risks and face challenges head on. This psychological safety provides you with the freedom to explore, the courage to confront obstacles, and the faith that you will be resilient and fine regardless of the outcome. So security and safety is also a key ingredient to that. And then we have number 6, the final one, after I take another drink of water. Really got a dry mouth this morning. Wow. Anyways, number 6, as I mentioned maybe previous, the most important thing, self-talk. Self-talk. Everything we have discussed so far about confidence is very important, very practical, and should be applied to your life. But I've saved the best for last. Nothing else matters when it comes to our confidence if we don't master our self-talk. Self-talk is the foundation for real confidence. The foundation of confidence is what you say to yourself. It's our inner dialogue that truly shapes how we show up. According to research conducted by the National Science Foundation, around 80% of our thoughts as human beings are negative, and we all have around 12,000 to 50,000 thoughts daily. I think you would agree that we don't want 80% of those thoughts that we have to be negative. Now, I'm a realist and I strive to stay away from being a perfectionist because confidence is not being perfect. That's not what it is. So I know that there is no way that anyone can make 100% of their thoughts positive. It's just not possible. Get that out of your head now. Nothing is always going to be always positive, especially our thoughts, especially our life. It's how we handle those. It's how we reframe those. It's how we challenge those that really make us who we are. But if we can intentionally take control of that voice in our head and bring that 80% down to at least 50, I think that would be a great place to start. How do we do that though? Well, I believe the number one way is to listen to ourselves less and talk to ourselves more. Don't listen to yourself, talk to yourself. As Shad Hellmeister says in his great book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, the brain simply believes what you tell it most, and what you tell it about you, it will create. It has no choice. Let me read that again. The brain simply believes what you tell it most, and what you tell it about you, it will create. It has no choice. The inner dialogue that's going on all the time in your head is the most important thing we have going on, especially as it relates to our confidence. Having positive self-talk as a tool in your toolbox will help you manage the adversity that you will experience undoubtedly, wherever you are, field, court, bedroom, boardroom, whatever it is, right? Negative thoughts constrict and limit your potential, while positive thoughts create space for you to thrive. Train yourself to catch those limiting thoughts and reframe them. Over time, this practice will become second nature if you're consistent with it. When you're mentally aware and attuned to your inner dialogue, you're able to choose your thoughts, which turn into thought patterns, which then turn into habits. Again, we're never going to eliminate all of our negative thoughts, but what we can do is challenge those negative thoughts over and over and over again, and then we start to create those patterns, and those patterns turn into habits. What we think, we become. This is why it's crucial for all of us to take control and feed our mind positive thoughts through our self-talk, because self-talk is the foundation for true, real, anti-fragile confidence. So learn how to do that. Learn how to master your self-talk. So to wrap everything up, I will leave you with an action item, because building confidence and becoming anti-fragile takes work. That's what we've talked about. It's a skill that can be developed over time. It's a skill that can be trained and learned, as heavily discussed throughout this episode. Mainly building our self-talk, which is the foundation, and through all the other questions and skills and habits and patterns that we developed. This action item is called rehearse, let it rip, reload, to embody this win or learn attitude. So we have rehearse or imagineering. This is your training mindset. Transfer your past positive experiences to today, using everything as fuel for your growth to enhance that trust in yourself, confidence. So then you can just let it rip, which is your trusting mindset. Whatever you brought is what you got. Do the absolute best you can and see what happens. That's all you really have control over. Then you reload, which is your learning mindset, knowing that obstacles make me stronger. So I hope you found value in this episode. You're going to take ownership over your confidence and becoming anti-fragile by doing some of the exercises and tools and action items laid out in this episode, so that you can become anti-fragile, right? You can go from fragile to robust to anti-fragile, and you can have that intense trust in yourself, that indestructible trust in yourself, that you can handle anything that comes your way. Because remember, obstacles make me stronger. And I will leave you with this. Some people want it to happen. Some people wish it would happen. Others make it happen. Go make it happen. And thank you very much for tuning into this episode. If you found it valuable at all, please share it with a friend. That's the best marketing tool we have on this podcast. And I appreciate your time and attention. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Cheers. Thank you very much for tuning into that episode. And if you enjoyed it, click right here for another full-length episode of the podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe. But most importantly, above all else, please take good care of yourselves and others. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Cheers.